Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here as we start off another week of programming that will split between 2 months as September is winding down this week. Doing so with a cold front knocking on the door literally as I speak, and we'll be seeing the effects of that in the coming moments. We'll talk more about the cooler air that's on the backside of this that we knew about well before I left you last week. Daytime highs into the 50s. By Friday of this week, and a little bit of a back and forth between now and then between 60 67, pretty much your high and your low for daytime highs, if you will. We'll talk about your forecast in more detail in just a few moments. A few reports that I was to air this evening will hold off for now. I've had to spend the last few hours trying to, as actually was our public health director, decipher through COVID-19 information, as there's been a flurry of new cases that are widespread and far-reaching into several different institutions, if you will, not necessarily affecting those directly. They believe that they actually were able to get out and ahead of some positive cases, nearly 10 since I saw you last, and hopefully not resulting too many more, but definitely contact tracing, resulting in the quarantine of many individuals, some within the school system, and a great deal more. We'll tell you about that in just a few seconds. We'll also have our Kentucky governor pleading for urgency on the COVID-19 front today as numbers continue to escalate in Kentucky. And if we have time, a very unusual check presentation today for the nonprofits who participated in Community Day, outstanding in their field and the parking lot. And we'll take you to that in just a few moments. I will take you to the latest news that I have on the Parkway project before we go to a break and get back to our local headlines. I told you late last week about the contract being awarded for about $1.1 million to Walker Construction and Materials. That's to fix the westbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway, where, of course, the sinkhole developed many weeks ago around the Powell-Wolfe County lines. And them telling us last week that that project was hopeful to be completed by the end of October. And I told you during that press release on Friday, I believe it was, Thursday or Friday, that there would also be a resulting 2-week closure of east and westbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway for that project. Well, we've got a date for that now. The eastbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway between exits 33 and 40 in Powell County and Wolfe County will be closed for a maximum of 2 weeks, and it's going to start this Friday. So you'll have to take a detour if you're headed to Lexington or past that area to any degree. In any direction, you're going to have to take a detour. It's going to be necessary to make those repairs. Eastbound traffic will be diverted off the parkway at exit 33 to southbound Kentucky 11, and then Kentucky 715 through Natural Bridge and Rogers and Pine Ridge, and then you'll get back on the parkway at exit 40. There will be a signed detour posted. If that closure lasts longer than 14 days, the subject or the contractor will be subject to financial penalties. So they're hoping that's an extra motivation to hopefully not have both lanes of travel on the Mountain Parkway closed for more than 2 weeks. Hopefully it will be lesser than that. Just traveled to Lexington on yesterday, and it is about a 10 to 15 minute add-on, but it's also through a small windy road that you have to take a detour, as anyone knows who has taken it, as you travel westward. Now, of course, starting this Friday, there will be an eastward detour as well. So with that, I'll be right back. We'll get to your late-breaking COVID-related news locally here right after these messages. It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. 2 of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turn Row brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate. All colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Jeep, and we're having our back to school sales event. Buy any pre-owned vehicle and you'll receive a $250 gift card, or when you buy a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram, you can get a $500 gift card for back to school shopping. Right now, save up to $14,000 on new Ram trucks, and there's several to choose from. And remember, the Hutch Guarantee.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Jeep, and we're having our back to school sales event. Buy any pre-owned vehicle and you'll receive a $250 gift card, or when you buy a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram, you can get a $500 gift card for back to school shopping. Right now, you can take advantage of Hutch employee pricing on every pre-owned vehicle. And remember, the Hutch Guarantee.
Let's go ahead and start real quickly with Governor Beshear, who was pleading for urgency in regards to COVID-19 response today, which will be our segue, quite fitting, into Magoffin County's numbers today, which we have seen several since I saw you last. We'll get to those in a few seconds. Right now, again, the governor asking for urgency. The governor's plea coming from what he believes is a sense of Kentuckians becoming more casual about their approach to the coronavirus over the course of the past 7 months in their diligence to try to prevent the spread of the virus, not wearing masks, not following guidelines. He also cited almost 35 high school sports teams currently under quarantine as a need for urgency.
And with those escalating cases, with the challenge that we are seeing right there in sports, with our kids going back to school in many places today or in some version, we need urgency from everybody. We don't get to choose the times we live in, but we do get to choose what we do to respond to the challenges we face. This thing is real, so I'd ask everybody, are you going to be proud of the way that you have gone about everything that's needed? I believe the answer for the vast majority of Kentuckians is yes, because I think the vast majority of Kentuckians have done a great job. You've shown compassion and kindness, and I couldn't be prouder of you. This is one where we need everybody. One big team, Team Kentucky. Everybody's got to pull their weight. So let's encourage each other. Let's try to show compassion to each other. But let's step up and show the urgency we need so we don't have another escalation, so it doesn't impact our economy, our kids, and their education. And it doesn't take more lives of Kentuckians. Because as of today's report, we've now lost 1,162 Kentuckians. That's 5 additional deaths today. I think it's too many. I think it's too many. And I think where we are right now is maybe into the place where we're getting into avoidable deaths.
In addition to the 456 new cases which were reported today, the governor also cited that Kentucky's positivity rate is still concerning at 4.41%, and of those 5 deaths that were reported today, the youngest was said to be a 56-year-old woman from Fayette County. An 84-year-old woman from Johnson County was also reported to have died. I believe that to be a death that we reported to you here on last week's show. As for our local COVID update tonight, I received word earlier today from the Magoffin County Health Department and our Public Health Director that it was going to be a busy afternoon for they and I in regards to reporting what is added up so far today to be a total of 8 cases reported since I saw you last. We have 8 cases. 4 are related actually to an individual who works for the health department that Pete Shepard told us of last week, who had went to a family event in Ohio and is believed to have contracted the coronavirus there. Now 4 cases have spawned from that, if you will, and other cases involve students. 1 at the Big Sandy Community Technical College, 1 at Alice Lloyd, 1 at Morehead State University, 1 at the Magoffin County High School. And of course, contact tracing related to all of those cases is going to result in the quarantine of what could be dozens, well, what is most certainly dozens and dozens of individuals who work in various capacities from the school system to 911 in Magoffin County.
Okay, we had 4 cases that was related to the Friday case we had that had went to a funeral in Ohio. They tested positive this weekend, so that makes 5 there. Yesterday we also had a positive case that tested that had been at a football game Friday night, had symptoms yesterday, and was also at a family get-together this weekend. And he has a friend that's on the cheerleading squad, and she tested positive today. At the get-together they had Saturday, there were some teachers, school personnel at that. But luckily we've caught all that early, and with the school's cooperation, and all these people cooperate very well about contacting people. We think we've done a great job and kept it out of the school. And I talked with Mr. Helton today, and he agreed. He thinks everything's been nipped in the bud. But the cheerleading squad, according to Mr. West, we're going to quarantine them and the cheerleading sponsor, and see how it goes from there. Some of these individuals did work at the schools, but none of them, a couple of them were teachers, but we got hold of them before they got to school, and the rest of them were just personnel in the school that didn't have much contact with the kids, so they've been sent home early this morning. So I think we got it early. We got it before any contact with kids, and I think everything's going to be good to go for the school from today on for at least the time being.
I know that personally speaking, and knowing just a little bit about it, and knowing people who have had it, and trying to get the correct information to them, a lot of people, the very moment they hear that they have been next to somebody that's turned out to be a positive case, are going at that moment and getting tested, and then coming back negative and thinking they're okay. And that's not what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Once you in contact with someone and you think you've had contact with a coronavirus individual, you need to wait at least 5 days before testing, because you're going to get a false negative up to that point, because your body hasn't built up the virus in your system enough to show up on the test. So it's imperative that you just don't go out and test, because probably more likely if you show symptoms, you have to test again. But now, if you are having symptoms, if you've seen somebody, say the day before yesterday, and you start having a cough or a runny nose or something like that, then yes, if you show a symptom, you do need to go get tested. But if you're asymptomatic, wait at least 5 days. I also have, not just that case, but we also have an individual that tested positive that's going to Alice Lloyd from Magoffin County, and an individual that's going to Morehead State University that tested positive today. So we've kind of hit a lot of institutions today, the schools
and Big Sandy Community. And you mentioned Big Sandy Community a few moments ago.
One of our positive cases goes to Big Sandy, but does most of the work on virtual at home on computer. So they're really we notified Big Sandy, but I don't think that's going to be an issue there.
Anything else before we go, Pete?
I mean, this is what happens if you don't, some of these people wore masks, and some of them didn't, and they have a get-together, they get close together, and you just never know. And hopefully this will be a lesson that we're still not out of the woods, especially with school starting. I mean, everything we can do to keep the get-togethers down, the socializing down, just everybody just needs to stay cool and calm and stay at home during school right now, and see if we keep this out of the school system, which I think we've done it this time. but next time it might be a different story. So I just want to tell everybody, hopefully, that you just remember to wear your mask and do your social distancing and be smart, because we're a long way from out of the woods with this thing.
Compare for me how dangerous, or for whatever word someone so chooses to use, it is right now to be out and about, not wearing a mask, or just putting yourself in a situation where you're around a lot of people, in regards to the danger that was presented a month ago or 6 months ago. Is it greater or less, or greater or the same, you think?
It's the same. It's probably greater for us, because months ago we wasn't having any cases. And it seems like now we went, and then we had some cases, and then we went like a week there we didn't have many cases. But you can see now we've had 9 or 10 within 3 days, and that's the way it can happen. And it's still a dangerous virus. It's out there, and with school starting, it's even particularly more concerning that we have to obey the mandates of the governor, social distance, and wear a mask. We haven't had a death, and that's great, because we've had almost 100 positive cases now. But we do have one hospitalized, and from my understanding, she's not doing well, so it could happen at any time. So just need to be careful and be smart. Just be smart.
Shepard says he as well is hopeful not to, but very likely expects to see more positive cases as a result or related to the ones that they have announced today. I'll be right back. Go to Conley Tire in Staffordsville or ConleyTire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire. It's one of the most popular and most famous things we've ever done at your Sayersville Lee's. Well, except for our chicken and our biscuits and our wedges and our ice and our hot dogs, and you know what I mean. The $5 coupon is back in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent. That's $5 off family specials. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and biscuits, enough to feed the fam and more. $5 off. Clip the coupon. They'll even give it to you for free in a free newspaper at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. $5 off is back. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. I believe it's usually in October that the Sayersville National Bank and the Community Foundation presents the checks to all those who participated in Community Day, which is about now, and that's about as far as I can get as making a comparison, because today's check presentation ceremony was unlike anything other, except for the pandemic. The group, representing all 17 nonprofits, posed for a very spread out group picture following this check presentation. Rather informal, but hey, you do what you can do. In the parking lot behind the Sayersville National Bank, a member of each group, all masked up, came to get their money, which was exactly $4,321.35 for everyone, as $73,462.95 was divided up evenly amongst them, after a phenomenal show of support from you, the community, and many others, and many from not right here in Magoffin as well, trying to support these groups that support we as a community all year long, like the McGoffin County Youth Baseball and Softball League, who will put this money to good use next year.
It did well because we didn't have a game of baseball. By the time we got started, everything was closed down, and this money that we got today is really going to help us for that coming year. Next year, hopefully, we'll be able to play baseball. I've worked hard all my life for this baseball league thing. And I've got a bunch of board members that's really helpful. We do everything we can. We have a garbage day set up. We have a stand the street day made up. It's hard to make money because everybody does it. You know that. Everybody's taking up money for something or doing something. But in a small town, we do excellent. Everybody pitches in, they help. And we can go ask people for donations, they give them to us. And this is really going to help us get started. They don't understand it takes $3,000 or $4,000 even before you even play.
Next, your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. A reminder about the fabric sale at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center this Thursday and Friday. They're going to be on the lawn outside the community center from 9 till 3 with a great selection of great fabrics for sale. They ask that you wear a mask, come to get something maybe to make a mask or anything else out of. That's this Thursday and Friday. And also from the senior citizens, they're hosting a drive-through flu shot clinic this Friday, 10 till 2, in the parking lot of the Walgreens here in Sagersville, encouraging as many of their elderly clients as possible to come and get your flu shot. Friday, 10 till 2. The second annual Walnut Festival, I am told, has been set for Saturday, October the 17th, beginning at 9 o'clock that morning at the South McGoffin Civil War Park Shelter, with bands playing from the morning all the way through the end of the day. Free vending booths available on a first-come, first-served basis. Masks and social distancing will be required. And you're not required of anything to get your calendar announcement or birthday or anniversary on the show, except to just make sure I get it by any of those means in front of you. And we also do free birth announcements, birthdays, anniversaries as well in the Sagersville Independent. To get those in the paper, simply email to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Going on to funeral service announcements this Monday. Estel Eugene Bubby Hicks, 68, of West Punchin in Sagersville, passed away on Sunday. He was the son of the late Estel and Zania Little Hicks. He is survived by his wife, Phyllis Blair Hicks, daughters Linda Sue Hicks and Jackie Wilson, sisters Linda Hicks Allen, Zella Robinette, brother Sammy Hicks, 5 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. And funeral services in Bubby Hicks's honor will be held this Thursday morning at 11 from the White Oak Christian Church in White Oak. The family will welcome friends Wednesday after 5 and any time prior to Thursday's services for visitation. The Sagersville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. 86-year-old Tolly Sloan passed away on Friday, survived by his wife Ruth Ann and daughter Amy Belcher, as well as a number of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Visitation to be held this Thursday beginning at 10 o'clock that morning from the Flat Fork Free Will Baptist Church, with funeral services to begin at the church that afternoon at 1. In lieu of flowers, the family says donations may be made to the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Go with All-Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All-Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Now let's wrap it up with a very strong and forceful cold front knocking on our door this evening that will give us temperatures, well, much more like late fall than early. Tomorrow, we'll see around 60. Wednesday, we'll perk up just a bit, and then we go back the other way. Knocking on the door indeed. This loop from around 4 o'clock this afternoon to just a few moments ago. And as you can see, Southern McGoffin County getting in on some action, and the rest of us, well, it's just a matter of moments. Tonight, showers and possibly thunderstorms and a low of around 52 degrees, an 80% chance of showers. Yeah, you could say that. And a westerly wind from 3 to 7 unless you get in on a thunderstorm that might pop up. Keep your eye on changing conditions. Now, this front is going to roll through and still give us some shower chances into your Tuesday, but the likelihood of showers really exists only up into the morning hours around 9 or 10. Now, there's a 20% chance of them lingering on and off throughout the afternoon, but the bulk of it we should see out of here by early tomorrow morning. Daytime highs right around 60 for your Tuesday. Nighttime lows will take a hit down to about 46 for tomorrow night, and mostly cloudy skies hang on through the end of your Tuesday, as well as a 20% chance of showers. But by Wednesday, look at that. The sun comes back, and it's got enough energy to hit the mid, close to upper 70s, 67, mostly sunny, no rain. Nighttime lows out of the 40s at right around 50 degrees for your Wednesday. Thursday, mid-60s, still sunny, mostly sunny, calm, but colder air comes back. And this one's got a punch. 40 degrees for nighttime lows Thursday night, under partly cloudy skies. Friday is the coldest day of the forecast period, with daytime highs below the 60 mark and comfortably below at around 57 degrees, and possibly the first night in the 30s for us all. At least most of us, anyway. I don't think anyone saw the 30s. I think we got real close a couple of nights. Nevertheless, 38 degrees Friday night, Saturday morning. Still sunny and partly cloudy and nice and dry, but definitely cool. And there's your weekend looking at you. And the first of next week, 61, mostly sunny Saturday. 64, mostly sunny on your Sunday. Mid-60s by this time next week. Will we see some rebound thereafter with some warmth and more sun? Well, I don't see it yet. That's all I'm going to say for now. It's going to wrap it up for this Monday. I hope to see you back here tomorrow night for more of your news today. Again, enjoy the rest of your evening. Keep your eye on that weather, and have a good night.